Welcome agents, I'm DeadSockPuppet bringing you another Division 2 video. This video is on the reveal of Division 2 and what we currently know about the game. If you didn't get a chance to see my wish list for the Division 2, you can click the card above for 12 things the Division 2 needs. I've also included a link in the description below. Give it a look and see if any of the suggestions I provided made it into the game. So first off, what do I like? We have a new location and the time was advanced. I think DC is a great choice for the next game, and it's going to provide a great backdrop to continue the story. I'm also glad to see that we moved past winter, as summer should bring its own challenge, which I'll discuss a little bit later. Also, the civilizations seem like a great evolution from the base of operations that we had from the Division 1. It sounds like these might be something that we'll build and help protect, and possibly add additional game content. Looking past the level 30 grind, we're going to have specializations, which are going to be a welcome addition to the game and will provide some endgame focus. So far we're seeing that there's 3 different play styles which will cater to different types of players. In addition to the specializations, we'll have raids which should give us new endgame activities, as well as allow us to run in groups of 8. The game itself looks fantastic. The graphics are very sharp, the guns sound much more realistic. When you're attacking armored enemies, you can see the armor shed off as it's destroyed, which just gives us another visual cue as to how we're doing with enemies. And while there aren't any details on the DZ, I am glad to see that it's coming back to Division 2. According to Massive, there'll be some additional information coming sometime down the road along with that on PvP. For the inventory management, I'm liking what we're seeing. Players are able to pick up loot just like in the Division 1, but when you do it, you can loot items as junk, which immediately flags them as something to be sold or to be broken down. There also appear to be some new weapon talents, as well as gear sets with new talents, and slots on the gear for gear skin, which can allow us to change up our look, in addition to the charms that we'll be getting from completing shields in the Division 1. So both these will be a great way to customize our agents. We're also getting clan support. This new feature was something solely missed in the Division 1, and it'll be definitely welcome in the Division 2. Finally, we're going to be getting a full year of free DLC, with Year 1 releasing 3 DLCs, each with new story and game content. So despite liking most of what I'm seeing, I do have a fair share of questions. First off, how will weather affect the game? In the Division 1, snowstorms could occasionally hinder visibility, but the cold didn't really affect play outside or survival. I'm curious to see as to whether or not we'll see severe weather, and how the hottest summer in years comes into factor in play in the game. Also, will the civilizations replace our boo, and will we have to continually defend them? It's unclear if they have story missions or side quests like the safe houses in Division 1, or if there'll be places that we'll have to keep coming back to so we can defend them. That brings me to the factions. So far we've seen the new True Sons faction, but how many others will there be, and will we see any of the past ones? Also, what will the AI base be like for these new factions? I'm also curious as to see how specializations will work. I've heard that agents can have multiple specializations, but what will the skill trees be like, and how easy will it be to switch between them? Did the specializations replace our signature skills, or will this be something that's going to be unlocked at a later time? One of the big questions, the DZ and what it's going to be like. Currently, all we know is that it's going to be part of the game, but what role will it have? Is it going to be like the current game where it's a combination of PvE and PvP? Is it going to be just one or the other? I'm really curious to see where that goes, what it's like, and where it actually is in the city. I'm also curious as to what kind of clan support the game will have. The website mentions that it'll provide ways to play and connect with other players, but what does this look like? In addition to that, what kinds of PvP modes will be available, and will it be available out of the gate? So far we're just waiting to see what Massive's going to release on that, and we'll just have to see how that comes out down the road. The next question I have is, what kind of customization will we have with our characters? We'll be able to equip gear skins, weapon skins, and charms, but what kinds of options will we have at character creation? I also noticed in one of the trailers that there was a saddled horse heading towards the entrance of one of the civilizations. Does that mean that there might be a possibility that we'd have mounts or some other type of way to transport around aside from fast traveling? It'd definitely be something interesting to see, and I'm curious to see if that's just something that was tossed into the trailer, or if it's actually going to be representing some type of game mechanic. Finally, will there be Xbox exclusives for the Division 2? Seeing the game revealed in an Xbox show instead of the Ubisoft show gave me some concern that we might see some type of timed exclusives like we did in the Division 1. So what are my overall first impressions? I know that this is a demo that we're seeing, but I'm hoping that this changes to the Snowdrop engine will bring us the crispy game that we saw in the demo, and that we won't have to deal with graphical downgrades like we did in the Division 1. and while I was really hoping for some type of transmog or transmogrification system, Massive did at least give us gear skins and charms to mix things up. It's also good to see the game launch with a free Year 1 roadmap, which I hope will keep the player base from falling away quickly after completing the launch content. So I'm definitely still looking forward to this game's release, but I do have a lot of questions that I hope are answered in the near future. With the game releasing on March 15th, 2019, the last questions I have are, will there be an alpha, when will the beta be, and will there be any platform exclusivity to either? Again, seeing the game revealed at the Xbox show has been concerned that if there's an alpha, it will be Xbox only, and that the beta will be a little bit earlier on the Xbox. If Massive uses the same timetable as they did in the Division 1, we should see an alpha in early to mid-December, the closed beta in late January, and the open beta in mid-February. All of this is just speculation and contingent on the game releasing on time, as well as seeing a similar timetable. The best way to make sure that you stay informed is to sign up for the beta, and in case you haven't done so yet, I've included a link in the description below, and if you want to catch the trailers for the 100th time, I've created a compilation of them. You can click the card above to watch, or hit the link in the description below. That's going to wrap up this video. Thank you again for watching, and what are you looking for in the Division 2? What questions do you have about the game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, click the DSP logo below to subscribe and ring the bell to get notifications on when I post. Finally, comment below if there's a topic you'd like me to cover, and see you guys all next time.